Hello, bonjour. I am Louv MD. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want you to go ahead and subscribe and like if you haven't already. This platform is all about awakening that goddess energy inside us. And in addition to that, if you are already an awakened woman, giving you spiritual alchemy that will help you to continue to vibe higher and thrive and be the very best version of yourself. So the message I have today in regard to everything that's going on, there's a lot of people that are really paralyzed by fear, that are really being emotionally manipulated to not become their very best versions of themselves. In the sense of we women that are doing our best to, take care of responsibilities, help relatives, help ourselves a lot of times last. It's time to really put the fear aside. Realize that fear is false evidence appearing real. And a lot of times when you have major adversities in your life, it's not necessarily there to punish you. All right? Don't subscribe to the type of thinking that there's just a lot of bad that's going on in your life. Realize that when adversities are coming into your life and there's these things that are happening and you don't really have a reason why, a lot of times God is positioning you for greatness. You are called to be in a great position. Don't allow adversities to stifle you and cause you not to continue on your path of awakening, your path of growth. Sometimes it can even be people in your life that may not even serve a purpose in your life anymore. And for some reason, you may have apprehension about moving on from them. Realize that if they're meant for you, they will be with you eventually. But when it comes to the present time, when there is things that need to be done, where there's changes that need to be made in your life for you to have the quality of life that you want, for you to have a life of leisure, a life of luxury, a life of stability, you may have to do what puts fear into your heart. Sometimes you have to do it afraid. Okay? I'll give an example. In a situation that I was in, I really contemplated for a long time about making a move, realizing that I needed to distance myself from those that were negative in my life. And for the life of me, I did not understand why these people, as much as I would try to give, as much as I would try to do, they still were hell-bent on being negative. And I had an aha moment. I had an epiphany one day. This was a couple years ago, where I truly realized that this is not my battle. The confrontation that I'm getting, the backlash that I'm getting from simply trying to love somebody, I'm being taught a lesson that I need to heal from codependency, that I need to really realize that the validation that I'm seeking outside of myself by supposedly doing things for others, by being extremely nice to others, is what I need to give to myself. And that is a lesson that I learned. And once I was able to learn that and really apply that to my life, a lot of blessings started really just unveiling in my life. And I think back, what if I didn't make those changes? What if I decided to be crippled by fear? I probably wouldn't have ever gotten to the sense of comfort, the sense of joy that I have in my life now. When you truly love yourself and you really value yourself, you will realize that fear is an illusion. It's there, and sometimes it's there to really propel you to get out of those comfort zones. Because a lot of times when you're in comfort zones, although you may not really like where you are, but that unknowing of what is around the corner could really put you in a space where you don't even want to challenge what's going on. But I invite you to really tap into that divine energy you have inside. Tap into that God energy, that goddess energy. Tap into the energy from the ancestors, because you're being nudged to make a change in your life for a reason. And it may appear to be something a little scary, like for instance, if you need to move out of an environment because it's not healthy any longer, it's toxic, make the move. Realize that the angels will be there for you. Your ancestors will be there for you. The goddess, whatever you feel more comfortable with saying as far as your spiritual connection, will be there for you and provide a way out of no way. Things will miraculously fall into place, and you'll be happier, you'll be healthier, and you'll have a more positive outlook on your life. Realize that everything you want is on the other side of fear. This resonates so much with me because I was in a space in my life where, seriously, there were so many people that, for whatever reasons, for whatever traumas they were going through and unresolved issues, really made it hard for me. And I bent over backwards, taking care of people's children, running errands for people, being exhausted, because I'm a mother and a wife, so I had my own share responsibilities. But being that I was under the guise of being loving and, like I said, operating out of my own codependency and childhood issues, I gave so much to the point where I was depleting myself, and things had to change. And yeah, there was fear there about, what will I do if, people are not happy with the fact that I'm no longer allowing them to really impede on my life like that. That fear was something that stifled me, but I had to make a change. I had to move out of that environment. I had to realize that my self-worth, my happiness was a priority. And truly, I remember reading some quote where it said that if someone is mad, if someone gets upset with you in regard to you having boundaries about yourself, that means that the person was benefiting from you not having those boundaries. And that really resonated within my soul and my mind, that wow, it's really a lot easier than I expected it. That fear was just there because it was something that I was used to. But you have to realize that if you want something different in your life, if you want a different quality of life, if you want to really reach your highest potentials and just really be that highest being that you can be, it requires sometimes subtraction. It requires you to eliminate certain people, places, and things in your life. And so I invite you to really be encouraged. Have confidence in yourself. Even if you don't really fully feel like it's something you can do, take the necessary steps that you need to take in order for changes to be made in your life. Because without taking the necessary steps, you may never get to that pivotal point in your life where you really feel happy and you really feel content. And truly, no one can really give that to you but yourself. So give yourself permission to exist on your terms. Give yourself the permission to experience a heaven-like experience here in this physical plane. It is possible. And I'm aware that there's not a lot of people that are really talking about having a heaven-like, for lack of a better term, experience, a abundant life, a prosperous life, a happy life. It's all possible, and it's within your grasp. You just have to be encouraged that the steps that you're going to make are going to be ordered, and everything is going to turn out better than you expected. So until next time, definitely vibe higher and thrive. I am Louv MD. Ashe Nakupenda.